welcome or welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. What is up? My name is Dia. Nice to meet you. Join us for today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about new Sanderford perfume oils in my collection. So about 3 of these are actually part of their very recent releases, and 3 of them, they're not exactly new, but they're new to my collection. So if this sounds like something you might be interested in, then please definitely stick around and keep on watching. So we're gonna start off by talking about the more recent releases that I have in my collection, and I have about 3 of them here with me. We're gonna start off by talking about Marshmallow Skies, and this is said to be inspired by Young Boujee Marshmallow by K.Ali, and this I can absolutely confirm that it does smell like it. Now the only thing is, this one opens up with a fresh fruity type strawberry, which is, it smells very synthetic, but it does dry down into that soft, fluffy, sweet, creamy strawberry that we know Young Boujee Marshmallow to be. The only thing is, I don't feel like this one is as creamy as Young Boujee Marshmallow, but it does have that fluffy softness to it. And minus that artificial fruity strawberry in the opening, this is almost an exact inspired fragrance of Young Boujee Marshmallow. Now I do feel like you can layer these two together, especially if you feel like Young Boujee Marshmallow doesn't really do it for you in the longevity department. This would make it last even longer, and you can also pair this with any of the Young Boujee Marshmallow inspired fragrances, Middle Eastern fragrances that are out there. But yes, this one is that good. Now I know that apart from when this was officially launched, they restocked it twice and it sold out each time. I believe the last restock was yesterday, and apparently this sold out in less than 5 minutes. And honestly, I can see why. This is very close to the Young Boujee Marshmallow. If I had to give like another reference to like describe what it smells like, you know how, so when I got my, what is it called, marshmallow blush, now that one had like a little bit of tartness to it. This one doesn't have that. And that one also had a little bit of coconut in the depth. This one does not. I don't pick up on the coconut in here almost at all, unlike this one, for instance, the Strawberry Clouds, where the coconut is very why won't that focus? It's not focusing. Oh, there it is. Like, unlike this one where the coconut is like, you know, very prominent and a little sharp in my opinion, this one you don't get that strong coconut smell. It's really just that soft, really sweet, fluffy, very slightly creamy. It's not as creamy as the OG, but it does have like a creaminess to it, and that strawberry is just beautiful. It's beautiful, and it projects pretty nicely because I applied it on here, and like I kind of see now the opening does have, oh wait, the opening, it doesn't have a tartness, but I'm almost picking up on something zesty to it. Yeah, almost zesty. Okay, it's almost zesty. It's not really tart, it's zesty, and I still get that fresh strawberry synthetic smell. But yeah, it is, in the dry down, it's really sweet and fluffy. It is really nice. Yeah, this, honestly, if you haven't checked it out yet, if you haven't picked it up yet, I would say be on the lookout. If they restock it, you should absolutely get it. I think it's absolutely worth it. Alright, the next one we're going to be talking about is Vanilla Cake, and this is said to be inspired by Escapade Gourmand. The way that I would describe this particular smell is like a caramelized vanilla, or should I say a vanilla-rized caramel that has like this decadence to it. And the way that I would describe that decadence is almost kind of like an ambery woodiness, but I don't know that there is any scent notes in here that is particularly given woody, but I do get that vibe. That's where I really associate that decadence to this particular smell. But I would say that it's relatively lighter as compared to Marshmallow Skies, for instance. And you know, these just arrived today, so maybe the reason why they are kind of faint on my skin now is because they just arrived. Maybe if I give it a little more time, the scents will intensify as time goes on. But Vanilla cake, honestly, it does give kind of faint, but the more that it warms up on the skin, the more that you do get that smell. I don't know. So for this one, low-key, I actually considered returning it, but I've decided I'll keep it. And the only reason why I considered returning it is not because it doesn't smell good, but it's because I already have an oil that smells like this. Now this is Attar Meta by Latafa, and this is also inspired by Escapade Gourmand. I know some people said is possibly inspired by Bianco Latte, but for this one, honestly, in my opinion, I don't really get Bianco Latte because it doesn't have that lactonic powderiness that Bianco Latte has. Even though I haven't smelled the original, I've smelled like other inspired fragrances, but it doesn't quite have that DNA. This particular oil is really a vanilla-ized caramel, or should I say caramelized vanilla. And now the more that I use it, the more that I get hints of other notes in this particular oil that I wasn't getting before. The more that I use this particular oil, the more that I pick up on very soft, subtle hints of spices and something smooth, like a ambery woodiness to it. Now of these two, I think that these two are very close in terms of like the DNA, except that I would say that Maita is relatively stronger than vanilla cake, and I would say that this blend, in my opinion, is way better than vanilla cake, which is also relatively on the fainter side. But they're both very close to each other that I don't feel like if you have one you need the other. So this is why I was kind of considering returning this one, but I think I'll keep it because I don't know, I read their policy of returning stuff and I just don't want to go through the hassle of it. And this does smell good, and you do get a lot more oil in here than you do Latafa's Maita. But honestly, I feel like if you wanted something that possibly smells like Escapade Gourmand, which is closer to that, I don't know what that one smells like because I haven't used it, but I would say that if you're looking for an elevated sweet vanilla-ized caramel with very soft hints of, you know, spices and woodiness, absolutely go for Latafa's Maita, because this the more that I use it, the more it projects and it's longer lasting. Now this is also one of those oils where you have to like apply this way, and I don't like that. I don't like that. So I used up one of my oils from Sensual, and then I poured a little bit because you can see that I've used this a little bit of a dent in my oh, well, I want to focus. Yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of a dent in my Maita. This is 20 ml, and this is 50 ml. Would that show on there? Yeah, this is 50 ml. But in any case, yeah, I put a little bit of my Maita in here, and I've been using it, and it just smells so good, and it smells so grown. Yeah, it's really nice. But I do think that at the end of the day, if you bought one, if you bought like vanilla cake or Latafa Maita, I don't think that you're throwing your money away at all. They're both worth it, but I do feel like one is better than the other. But this is also not a bad option at all. Now I know that the name, they do call it vanilla cake, but the smell here, I personally don't associate with cake. I'm not saying that it doesn't smell like cake, but to me, I wouldn't describe it as a cakey smell. To me, it just really smells like caramel and vanilla mixed together, mostly, if that makes sense, with a very soft decadence to it. Yeah, it's nice, and I think it's worth it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it because at the end of the day, although they both have like a close DNA, I don't think that they are exactly the same. But if you do have one, I don't feel like you need the other. The next oil we're going to be talking about is called Vanilla Almond. And this is said to be inspired by Valaya exclusif. And honestly, the name of this particular oil, I feel like it's a little misleading because there's nothing particularly vanilla nor almond about this oil. But in any case, I have not used Valaya exclusif. I have not tried Valaya itself, but I have tried fragrances that are inspired by Valaya, and one of the fragrances that I've tried is Delilah Blanc, and a lot of people have said that this particular one does smell very closely to Valaya the OG, not Valaya exclusif. For Vanilla Almond, this is what I can say. This smells a lot like Delilah Blanc, except that it doesn't have that more so sweet fruitiness that Delilah Blanc has. That sweet mandarin, tangerine, orangey smell that I personally get from Delilah Blanc, I don't get that from Vanilla Almond. They do say that this is inspired by Valaya exclusif, and like I said, I have not tried that one, but this one does not smell nutty to me, and I'm wondering if I'm wrong about that. I'm gonna apply that here because that's where I previously applied it. Oh yeah. So this is citrusy, it's fresh, it's sweet, and honestly I don't pick up so much on that almondiness, like that nuttiness to it, but I suppose it's not completely absent. Yeah, but like it's really given Delilah Blanc the DNA, except it doesn't have that mandarin orangey sweetness that I personally pick up from here. I don't know, I feel like I'm convincing myself that I'm picking up on something nutty in here, but I don't know. I think it's not completely absent, but I'm gonna keep tracking Vanilla Almond and see if it changes over time. But one thing I can tell you, however, is that if you're looking for a perfume oil that you can layer with either Valaya exclusif, or any other fragrance that bears that particular DNA, Vanilla Almond is the one that you should absolutely check out. It smells really good, it smells really quality, and it really projects. It's not an overly strong I'm telling you, the more that this sits on the skin, the better it smells. Oh my god, it smells so good. Of the two, oh, this is actually the third one of the newer releases. Of the two, these are absolutely the ones that I don't regret buying at all. They're absolutely worth it in my opinion. Now Vanilla Cake is not bad, but like I said, if you already have Latafa Maita, honestly I think you can absolutely skip Vanilla Cake. If not, I do think that it's not a bad fragrance at all, and I think that you can use this to layer with vanilla fragrances that do tend to have like an ambery woodiness to it. I think they will layer perfectly, especially because it's like a sweet caramelized vanilla. It's just a little faint, but I think it might get stronger as time goes on. I know that they've come up with newer releases, and there's one that is a Fleur inspired perfume oil, the Fleur Vanilla Skin perfume oil. There's another one that is inspired by Nest, and one that is by Seven Virtues, and I want all of the vanillas that they have in their collection. Anyway, let's keep on with the video, and we have 3 more of these perfume oils to get into. Actually, I just realized that I have one more of their latest releases, and this was actually part of the very first launch that they did, where they first brought out Marshmallow Skies, and this is Coastal Cashmere. I was lucky enough to find this at a Marshall's, and listen, I was so excited when I saw this. I was literally jumping for joy. Coastal Cashmere is said to be inspired by Nostalgia Summer Vacations. Wait, let me check in, make sure that I'm telling the truth, because yeah. No, oh yeah. Nostalgia Summer Vacation. Now this particular fragrance, the simplest way that I would describe it is, this is a mix of citruses and something nutty. A mix of citruses and something nutty. I have seen let's say I've seen a few reviews of this oil, but then nobody mentions the nutty aspect of it, and so I did wonder if I was making things up, because it does have that citrusy side to it. But so when I checked the notes, I saw that tonka bean is one of the notes, and I wanted to know, I feel like I've made this inquiry before, but I wanted to know if tonka bean gives nutty in fragrances, and it turns out tonka bean does have like an almondy nuttiness to it, and honestly this particular fragrance has a nutty side to it. It's just, I guess it might not be like an outright in your face type nuttiness, but honestly I think it's very present. Oh yeah, but it's really that mixture of sweet citruses and that nuttiness is sweet, is really nice. This one is surprisingly, I think I might describe it as a gourmand scent. What did they say on their website? Again, I don't normally do this, but some fragrances do often tend to like throw me off a little bit. Oh, they describe this as a coastal cool fruity. Maybe it smells differently on my skin, but even from the smell itself, I promise you that I pick up on something nutty. Let me see. Where haven't I sprayed? Where haven't I put? Okay, I don't think I've put any oil on this side of my hands. Yeah, I get it. Like, it's sweet citruses mixed with something nutty. Oh my god. If anyone has coastal cashmere, could you please drop in the comment section a description of what this oil smells like to you? Because to me, I really get that. I get those citruses. Oh, now, okay, now I'm getting very light floral, speaking true. But it's also nutty, and I don't know. They don't mention anything about that in their description, or, you know. But I think the nuttiness is perhaps from the tonka bean. The smell itself, I wouldn't necessarily say that it is confusing, but I haven't quite thought of like layering options. But to me, because of how much that nuttiness stands out, I think that this would do very nicely with like pistachio scented fragrances like Kiali's Yum Pistachio Gelato. I have that one, so I think I'm gonna layer that one with this one and any other pistachio scent. Honestly, I think I'm gonna explore that to see how that is. But if I do find other layering options for coastal cashmere, you would definitely see me here talking about it again. The next one we're gonna be talking about is Cherry Kiss. And this one, I can tell you right now, it is not one of my favorites. If I had to recommend to anyone sand and fog perfume oils that they should try, this one is not going to make it anywhere near the top 15, and that is saying a lot because they do have a lot of options. I'm sure they have for sure more than 20. I'm gonna have to count, but I'm not sure. But they have a lot of options. But yeah, this one is not gonna make it to the top 15. This is a let's say a would I say a tart cherry, but it does have like a tartness to it, like a cool tart cherry. It's smoky, and it has like this bitter herbalness to it. It smells like roots, like tree roots, and then maybe something woody to it. It's definitely a cherry fragrance that has character. I know that they say that this is inspired by the, is it Midnight Cherry Band Fest? Okay, I'm gonna look for the name of the, it's inspired by a Kiali cherry fragrance. I'll look for it and I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Well, to be fair, I have smelled that particular fragrance from Kiali. I personally was not a fan of it, but I can see this being a good option to layer with that particular fragrance. Again, I do not mind it, but I don't like it. I don't hate it because I do feel like it has potential. But if you're watching this video and you haven't already bought it, I would say that before you buy it, definitely check it out somewhere, somehow. Wait till you can smell it before you buy a full bottle. I don't regret buying it because I personally very rarely regret buying fragrances, even when I don't particularly like them, because it's really all about the experience for me most of the time. It's just curiosity. So this particular one, I don't mind it. Mais franchement, it's not that good, and you might want to skip this one, but it's not bad though. And if you have any cherry scented fragrances, I do think that you can pair it nicely with this one. And for whatever reason, I'm also tempted to pair this with pistachio scents. I don't know why. Is that weird? I don't know, but I'll try it out and see how that works out. But yeah, that is all for Cherry Kiss. It's not bad, but I do not recommend buying the full bottle without trying it. I would say that if you're looking for a cherry scented perfume oil with character, this would for sure do the trick. Yeah, the last oil we're going to be talking about is Strawberry Spritz, and this is said to be inspired by Fleur's Strawberry Letter. This is a weird smell, and I'm not saying that about this particular inspired version. I'm talking about the DNA of the OG itself. It's a very weird strawberry smell where it's like, it is sweet, it's strawberries, but it's not necessarily fresh strawberries. In my opinion, it's more so of like a decadent strawberry. It's kind of weird. It smells almost kind of stale, but in a weirdly good way that works. And the thing I can tell you, however, is that you see this one, the Strawberry Spritz, is a very spot on inspired version of Strawberry Letter. The few times I've been to Sephora and I smelled that one, I was like, oh my god, this is one of those oils from Sun and Fog that they really nailed that DNA. This one, I'm looking for a place where I haven't. Oh, oh, there's nothing here. Okay, so yeah, it's, you know, the more that I smell it, the more that it grows on me. And I know that Bath and Body Works has their own version of Strawberry Letter. I can see how you can layer this particular one with that particular mist from Bath and Body Works. I'm kind of feeling lazy to reach for it right now, but I'll put a picture on the screen somewhere. But this particular scent is kind of weird, but the more that I smell it, the more that I like it. Yeah, it's okay. So it's kind of like a citrusy kind of strawberry, but decadent citrusy kind of strawberry. I don't know if I would describe this as woody. It's just bizarre, but it kind of works. But yeah, that's basically. I don't know that there's anything else that I want to say about Strawberry Spritz, except that if you are looking for an inspired version of Strawberry Letter by Fleur, this in my opinion is pretty spot on. But yeah, so far those are the new oils from Sun and Fog that I have in my collection. There are a few ones, especially the ones that, oh yeah, the more that I smell it, the more that it kind of works. But there's also something about the Strawberry Spritz that smells almost like onions. I don't know where that's coming from, but it kind of works. It kind of works. That's what I'll say. Okay, I think I'm talking so much. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.